Hello, YouTubers! Joe Kersey here. Joe Kersey here on Christmas Day 2018 at 14:05 Eastern Time. Okay, you can stop doing this. So I'll say Merry Christmas and a forthcoming Happy New Year to one and all. I have a little fat tire Belgian style ale here. Yeah. So, as my dad would say from time to time, Hail Columbia, happy land. Baby shit in Pappy's hand. Pappy said, I'll get a switch. Baby said, you son of a bitch. So, again, Merry Christmas. Well, having flogged all that into the ground, it's time to open presents from Tony Pincham et al. First, we will start with cards. Now, I have Joe, and Uncle Joe. I have a feeling, Uncle Joe is going to be from his great niece Lexi, I think. Don't know which one of these to open first. Well, we'll open this one first. Wishing you a magical Christmas. Oh, it's actually kind of like a 3D effect here. To Joe, Merry Christmas, love. Wendy and Stacy. Wendy and Stacy are Lexi's mothers. Let's see. Wendy is Tony's niece. How neat. Very nice. That's kind of fun, actually. Yes, very nice. Here, why don't you live on the computer for a minute here? Then we have Joe. Whoa! That's a real tour de force. Especially for you, Happy Christmas. Okay, let's see. This one's from Ann and George, Tony's sister and her husband. To Joe, and then there's the thing here, very nice. And then wishing you a joyous Christmas and peaceful New Year. Love and best wishes, Ann and George. Well, love and peace, that's all you can really hope for, isn't it? Yes. Also, very nice, thank you. And now, the one for Uncle Joe. Yeah, Tony just sent me some pictures of her this morning on WhatsApp. It's been fun to watch how she's gotten bigger, doing more things. This Christmas has been good all year, so Santa's on his way. Santa! Says to Uncle Joe, hope your Christmas is happier than any words can say. Merry Christmas, lots of love, Lexi. She's a very precocious child. She's writing already, despite this being a little over 1. Well, that's very nifty. Now, to what can only be described as a veritable book haul. To Joe from Tony. A little 3D snowflakey thing. I assure you, I am not one of those people that tries to take off the wrapping paper intact and then save it for next year. I come from a family that was that way. Yeah, our families were ones of those that did that. I have eschewed that aspect of my past. Hey. Oh, Eamon Duffy is stripping of the altars. This is always a very good read. Now, I have, this may be the revised edition, I'll have to look. But I have the original edition that came out, gosh, I read that about. I had to have read that. I think I read that back in 2004, 2003. I mean, it's a fantastic book. Basically, anything by Eamon Duffy is worth reading, just like anything by Dermot McCullough is worth reading. This might be, it's the second edition. So this is the new edition. Great. I'll have to go through and see what I noticed differently in this than from the previous, the first edition. All right. Well, that's a little unexpected bonus on that one. I'm going to save this one to last. Okay. This is from Ann and George. To Joe, Merry Christmas, loads of love from Ann and George. Oh, neat. Well, I hope I can get back over there next year. Or this coming year. Well, 2019. Just have to wait and see how, the old bod plays up here or doesn't play up. Getting shavelings all over me here. The Real Ale Companion, Poetry and Prose in Praise of the Pint, compiled by Hugh Morrison. Well, they're certainly preaching at the right choir here. This is has a connection with Camera, Campaign for Real Ale, which good stuff, Camera, good people, Camera. Oh, and then we have Secret Durham. Oh, great. Well, that's again, everybody knows. These folks know how to preach to the choir for me, I'll tell you. Secret Durham. I'm going to love going through this. Oh, yes. Yes. Ah. Outstanding. Many thanks. This is from Tony. Oh, let's see. The Wars of the Roses, the key players in the struggle for supremacy, Matthew Lewis. I'm going to tell you, I know very little about the Wars of the Roses. There's that gap in English history between, say, pretty much the end of Edward III's reign, and then up to when Henry VII, took, vanquished Richard III there at Bosworth. I know very, very little about that. This looks like a good place to start. Yeah, I'm very ignorant about that aspect of English history, British history. Oh yeah. 2015. Okay. Matthew Lewis. I'll have to read more about him. All right. Yeah, I had mentioned, probably a few months back to Tony that I knew basically nothing about this period. And he remembers things like that. I, on the other hand, am horribly self-centered and don't remember things like that. And that's to my discredit, but nonetheless, that's sort of been a lifelong thing. Here's the human failings. Okay, let's see. Another one from Tony. Well, you know, God forbid I'd ever have to shift myself out of here and try to cull my books down to, like, you know, the winning 100 or whatever. I've never actually counted how many I've got, but I easily have over 3,000. Oh, Simon Jenkins. This guy is always a good read. He's a author of England's 1,000 Best Churches. I have England's 1,000 Best Churches, by the way. Yeah, he is a good guy. He puts out really nice, you know, they've got great illustrations. They're very, very accurate, good accompanying text, magnificent photographs. And a book like this is especially useful, wonderful for somebody who's actually seen most of these, and I have. I'd love to go back and see them all again. I really would. That may happen. I don't know. Another one from Tony here. Oh, I got crap. Shaveling's detritus. Oh, this is a, I think it's a DVD or CD here. It's got bubble wrap on it. Oh, it's an icon. Oh, neat. Let's look at this here. Don't mess it up opening it, Joe. Let's see. Okay. Find a little purchase on this. Okay, here we go. Yes. This is one I've not seen before, or very often. Let's put it this way. There's a picture of St. Joseph, an icon of St. Joseph holding, obviously, Jesus. I've not seen this before, I don't think. Very nice, thank you. Yeah, that bad boy's going to go up on the wall here somewhere. I'll probably put that up in the bedroom there, up by the bed. Also from Tony. The Oxford Dictionary of Saints. Now something like this is always useful to have. I mean, because, you know, coming from a Protestant background, you know, saints were a big deal for us. But there are all sorts of other, folks that get called saints and were saints, are saints, I suppose, still. Leaving aside, I don't buy into the whole hoo-ha about praying to saints, but I really been very much taken with and enthusiastic about the idea of the communion of saints. You know, that all faithful, believing people are part of the communion of saints, both living and dead. Saints, shrines, and pilgrims. I don't recognize the picture on the front. I'll have to look at this much more carefully. We saw a couple of these shrines on this trip I took to Eastern Europe here this last fall, and these are always very interesting. Well, first the shrine itself, the reliquary, yeah, very nice. Oh, here's some more cards here, or another card. The tape is assailing me. Well, I thought I put packing tape on stuff, but Tony outdoes me. Christmas blessings, and it's from Tony. Well, it's very nice what he wrote. I'm not going to read that to you, but it's very nice. Yes. He manages to always get it just right. Here, let's put you boys up here. Now I think this may be a calendar, which maybe not. It is a book, which is always good, as I've said repeatedly. Oh, this is about Rip-On, Secret Rip-On, David Wingpenny. I think Rip-On is probably one of the little hidden, neglected gems. I mean, it's not the first cathedral that springs to mind when you think about, oh, let's go to an English cathedral. But like all of the good cathedrals, it's a working church, very much a working church, and it's got a great backstory and daily services. It's worth a stop. It's worth a stop if you're going through Yorkshire, and particularly if you also want to go over and stop and see Fountains Abbey. Make like a 2-day trip out of it, or ideally a 3-day trip. Maybe you'll catch one of the local markets on the town square. Get some good cheese or some little nifty things that people have made. Read about St. Wilfrid. We have here. This might be. I wonder what this is. Snow is falling to Joe from Tony. Christmas comes but once a year. It's either Aunt Bess or Aunt Belle. Christmas comes but once a year. And I'm damn good it does if I have to learn a poem each time. And then she jumped off the stage, climbed out the window in the little school hall there. This was like in 1880 something, or would have been around 1888, 1890, and escaped into the darkness. I assume there was some sort of reckoning when she got home. That part of the story always got left out. Oh, Contemporary Celtic Prayer Book. William John Fitzgerald. Okay. Forward by Joyce Rupp. Now I've heard of this Joyce Rupp. Okay. We had a, well, I mean, she's still around, but she goes out to all. We had a priest, Karen Delphs, who was very much involved in Celtic prayer, Celtic contemplative prayer, and she was at St. Peter's or with us for a number of years, and then she's now moved on out to New Albany and goes to All Saints Episcopal Church out there, and she was one of my favorite people. It still is. You know, I'm really sorry that she's not actively around, you know. But anyway, she was very much interested in the Celtic prayer stuff. I think she's going to go to Iona next summer. Now we have here, I think we've got, let's see, this is to Uncle Joe with lots of love from Lexi here. So we'll see what Lexi gave me here. Oh, it's a Worksop Prairie calendar of Our Lady in St. Cuthbert. The Priory Church in Worksop. I love these things. I put them up in the bathroom so I can look at them while I brush my teeth and stuff. Yeah. Great. And then we have "12 cotton handkerchiefs for men." I don't think, I've never actually owned a handkerchief. Now, I did sort of inherit several of my dad's handkerchiefs. His were linen, and they're really, they are absolutely splendid for cleaning camera lenses. Or your glasses, for that matter. But they're essentially, they don't leave lint, they don't leave dust when you use them to clean a camera lens. They don't scratch the lens. It's yeah, this is, you know, I don't think I've ever looked at these. You know, thank you. And now we have this is, well, I'll show you what it is. The day that Tony made this, we were having a lot of fun. Or ordered this, or designed it. So Joe Kersey, I'm just a simple country anesthesiologist. And then it's got the caduceus on the back. That's absolutely wonderful. Oh, how great. And we have here Joe Kersey's Island of Peace. A pro has to do what he needs to do. Let's get this spread out properly. Joe Kersey's Island of Peace. A pro has to do what he needs to do what he has to do. Oh, that is wonderful. And then we have, this is nice. These are nice heavy grade quality cotton shirts. Then we have here, this is Joe Kersey's Island of Peace. Give me a break. And then we have the back of the Joe Kersey YouTube channel. Oh, that is fantastic. That is just great. Much fun and many thanks on that. So I guess this was a very Merry Christmas indeed. And so I say thank you, Tony, and I'll say bye-bye now.